Our learning objective is students will ask and answer questions before, during, and after reading. Ask and answer questions. When should you ask questions? Before reading, during reading, and after reading. Why? To get information, to help you understand the text, to practice being awake and thinking while reading, to be curious and wonder as you read. How? Use question words to ask. Who, what, where, why, when, how. Look around the text and pictures for evidence or details to help you answer. Our story is called The Paperboy. This story is different than others in that it is just a picture book, so there are no words in this story. But we can still practice asking and answering our own questions. So before we begin our book, let's practice asking questions at the beginning. An example might be, who is that boy? Or where is he going? Or what is he doing? Now you try. All right, let's start. So again, practice being awake. Practice at looking at details in the picture to help you maybe answer that question that you've already asked. I know that I see a truck that says Morning Star Gazette. Maybe you've heard the word gazette before. If you haven't, usually the word gazette is related to a newspaper, right? It's a type of newspaper. So looking at the picture really carefully, looking at our character, where he is, what he's doing. Right, now we can practice maybe asking a question during our reading. You might ask, why is he getting up when it's still dark outside? Right? You try. Ask a question. Let's continue. Let's pause again. Let's think about maybe a question we can ask. You might ask, where is the boy? Why does he have newspapers? Why is he putting newspapers into a bag? So here again, ask a question about something you see in the picture. You can even maybe start to answer some of your initial questions, right? Maybe you're starting to piece things together. We've had a couple of clues now. Maybe you know what the boy is doing. If you do, you can answer your own question, or you can answer one of the questions that I had. Right? You might want to think about what's happening to the sky. You might say, why is the sky pink? Or you might ask, what time is it? Thinking about our own morning sky, what color is it? Perhaps you can answer that question and it can help you realize what time it is. Looking at his bag, I can see that it's flapping in the breeze. It looks empty now, whereas before, I know that he had placed newspapers inside. So I might ask, why is his bag empty? Here's a great place. So we just saw him laying down. You might be able to ask or answer questions here. What's taking place in this picture, right? Try to use some question words like who, what, why, where, how, or try to answer some questions. That is the end of our story, The Paper Boy. So hopefully you've asked questions before and during, and now that it's at the end of the story, go back through, think about the questions you've asked, think about some that you have hopefully answered, and just kind of wrap it up with maybe another question or two, as well as answering one or two more, so that you can develop a deep understanding of what's taken place in this book, especially this book that has no words. We have to really rely on the pictures and really rely on us asking and answering questions to understand, because our author is only giving us information from the pictures itself, right? So we have to be really curious and really practice being awake and mindful in a picture book, because we can't use our sense of hearing to help us understand the story. We have to solely rely on our vision, what we see, so that we can understand what the purpose of the story is.